Okay, so today we are going to put the diagrams that we have learned at use. Other than we're not going to be using the half double today, we're going to be using the chain, the slip stitch, the single crochet, and the double crochet. Okay, we're going to make our first granny square using the graph. Okay, we're going to do this. All right, now let's teach you how to make that little circle. See that? So we're going to make our slip knot. Cut in, bring it over, reach your fingers through, grab it. Grab the other end, pinch, and we're going to pull that through. But we're not going to tighten it, okay? We're not going to tighten it. We're going to stick our needle in there, and we're going to pull this over here. And we're going to wrap around it and pull through. Okay? Then we can wrap and make our first double crochet. And there you go. Or single crochet. But on this one, it says to chain 3. We talked about this on the other video. You can chain 3, or you can do a stackable. And we're going to do the single crochet stack. So if you want to, when you print this out, if you're able to print it out, just right beside where it's got the first 3 chains, just make a note that the chain 3s are stacked. Well, you can't do that very well on there, can you? Well, anyways, they're let's do this. Chain 3 equals stacked double crochet, and that will give you a reminder that all those chain 3s are going to be stacked double crochets. Okay, we will do it that way. So back to this. Let's start over again, so we make sure we get this right. All right, now I could teach you the way to do it with the chains. It's much simpler. I think I'll do that. I showed you how to do the magic one, but I think the chains are going to be easier, okay? So I'm going to make a slip knot, and I'm going to pinch it, and I'm going to pull through, and this time I'm just going to pull it tight, okay? And we're going to go through, pull it down to the bottom, pull tight. Now everybody's going to preach, so you need to learn this magic knot or the magic circle. Honey, do you. Just do you. It don't have to be a fad. It don't have to be anything to prove you're a good crocheter. If it's easier, do it. You don't have to do the hardest thing ever. And it's not the hardest thing ever, but it can be hard to teach, and it can be hard to maneuver with your fingers. So we're going to do the chain 4, okay? So we are going to go front to back, turn the needle down, pull through. Front to back, point your needle to your thumb, pull through. Front to back, point your needle towards your thumb, and if you need to reposition, do so. Front to back, point your needle down, and pull through. Okay? So if you're going to hold it like this and look at those pretty chains, see how pretty they are? We're going to go at the very end right here. See that one? We're going to grab that one. And we're going to go through. And we're going to grab that yarn, and we're going to pull it through. I know it looks jumbled up right there, but it's okay. We're going to pull it through. And then we're going to pull it through that one. Alright? Now I know it looks a little confusing, but right there in that center, you're going to have a hole there. That's the one we went through, so don't count that. Right there in that center hole, that's where you need to put your needle through. Okay? I know it's a little confusing at first, but you're going to grab that yarn and you're going to pull it through that hole like so. And you see that? That looks like a single crochet, starting of a single crochet. So we're going to wrap, point our needle down toward our thumb, and pull through both of them. Now remember, we're doing the stacked double crochet. Alright? So we're going to go through the leg that's closest to your hand, grab the yarn, point your needle down towards your thumb, and pull through. Look at there. There's your first single crochet, and then we're finishing the second one. And this will make a look-alike for a double crochet instead of doing the chain 3, because the chain 3 always looks a little messy. So I'm going to put a stitch marker right there. Okay? Alright, so we got our little circle. And we got this. And the best way to do this is just keep that next to that, so that when you make another one, you just keep wrapping over that. And by the time you get all the way around, you'll be able to pull this and it'll make it tight. So it's okay if it don't look right now, or if that's too big of a hole and you don't feel comfortable with it. It's okay. So right here, this is something I need to teach you anyways. Right here is important. See how it's got a chain 3? And I told you chain 3s we were going to make in stacked double crochets. But it also has a chain right here. So that is a double crochet and chain 1, okay? And then double crochet. You see that? So those 3 chains is what's supposed to be the double crochet. The 4th chain is just a chain in between them, okay? So that's what we're doing next. We're going to chain 1. We're going to chain 1, wrap, point your needle down, pull through. There we go, see? There's our double, and then there's our chain 1. Now it says, we did this. So now it says to do this, okay? And that is a double crochet. You see it? So we're going to do a double crochet. And we're going to make sure that yarn is in there, and we're going to wrap around it. So we go through. Let me start that over. I'm getting ahead of myself again. Wrap front to back. Go in the hole. Grab both the ring and the yarn, and grab that yarn and pull it over it. Pull it through. And we're going to wrap, pull through 2, wrap, and pull through 2. Okay? So far we've got a double crochet, a chain 1, and a double crochet. Let's see what it tells us to do next. Next it says to chain 3. We're going to make that corner, okay? So we're going to front to back, wrap, point down. That's 1. Front to back, point down, pull through. That's 2. And that's 3, okay? Then next, it says do another, look at that, I made a mess of that, didn't I? Ooh. It says to make a double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet. So we're going to do that. So wrap, go in the hole, grab the yarn, pull through, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, and pull through 2. Okay? Then it said to chain 1, then wrap, go through, grab, pull up. You're going to have to Manipulate your hands as best you can to try to keep all this together, okay? So wrap, pull through 2, wrap, and pull through 2. So far we have a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 3, double crochet. Did I chain 1? Did I? Ooh, I think I did. Yeah, I did. There it is, the chain 1. All right. Then we got to do another corner. So anytime you do these, all right, you're going to work from here left, okay? You're going to work left. So you just keep going that way. And right now, we're on the chain 3, okay? So I'm going to get that yarn back under control. We'll wrap, pull through, wrap, pull through. That's 2, wrap, pull through, and that's 3. Okay? Then next, it's going to tell us to do the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Okay? So wrap, go in the hole, grab both ring and the yarn, pull through, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2. I know that looks a little weird when you do the chains. Let me show you that again, because it really can be confusing. So if I'm going to do my double crochet, I'm going to wrap, right? And I'm going to go through this hole, and I'm going to grab both these, and I'm going to pull that through. Now right here, see how that pulls that chain? See how it pulls that chain up over there? It makes it look confusing, okay? But the simple thing is see that that one string underneath your chains there? That's what you got to come through. So you just pull through there and pull through there. You see that? If you have to pull that chain out of the way to get it out of your way so you can see better, do so. You know, nobody's judging you, okay? You should have seen things I was going through. I get so mad when I was learning all this stuff because I couldn't see the stitches like everybody else. Or at least everybody else claimed. Alright, we're going to chain 1. And we're going to do our second double crochet. Okay? Go through, wrap it around both. Wrap, pull through 2. Wrap, pull through 2. Okay? So far, we've got double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Now, I'm just going to guess that the next one is going to be a chain 3. So let's do that. 1, 2, and 3. See? We're over here now. Done went through that, and now we're right here. Okay? And we're fixing to go to the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then chain 3. So here we go with our, and that, look, when it gets a little tight fit in there, you just pull that. See that? You can pull it away. Pull it around that ring right there. You ain't going to hurt nothing. All right? Now, we're going to wrap, go in, grab both, pull through, wrap, go through 1, go through 2, wrap, go through 2. Okay? Now it's chain 1, wrap, go through, grab yarn, pull up, wrap, go through 2, wrap, and go through 2. All right. Now look at there. You almost got us a square. So let's go to the next one. The next one will be the chain 3. Now if you look, we're about to complete that circle. See there? About to complete that. Alright? It's not as hard as it looks. People look at these graphs and they get overwhelmed, but it's not as hard as they look. So we're going to go front to back and we're going to do our chain 3. So 1, front to back, 2, 3. All right, now here's where we're going to learn how to slip stitch. Slip stitch, when I was young, it was difficult for me too. But now I hope you put a stitch marker there, because if not, it can be difficult to look for. Just think of it this way: you need to have a little space in between these two and grab not that one, but the second one. See that? We got to go in there. All right, so we're going to go in there, and we're going to grab our yarn. We're going to pull through, and then we're going to go right it. Now this is difficult a little bit, so we're going to pull through that. Okay, now once I did that, I like to pull tight. I pull tight to make it look cute. Okay, now there is our square. Now I'm going to pull this out a little bit so I can show you something. Now see, there's a hole there. Yeah, but look, you take that string and you pull it. Okay, and look, see, it's just as good to do it that way. You don't have to do the magic circle if you don't want to. And if you want it tighter than that, then I'll show you. This is my darning needle. There's only certain needles you can do this to, and I struggled finding them, but I found this certain needle. It came in a package, and it had a hook needle too. It was curved, and but they're so good that you can stretch the eye open, and they don't snap. Most of those needles, they're cheap, and they're not real metal, and when you try to spread the eye open, they break. So I'm going to show you how you can make that even tighter, okay? So we're going to pull it, and then I'm going to thread my darning needle. I twist. It's just how I do it. Everybody got their own way. This is how I do it. So I twist it, and then I just wiggle it in there like that. See there? Okay, so if you look closely, this is where it's coming out from. We want to keep going the way that it's going, okay? So I'm going to go in right there, all right? We're going to kind of stay close to the center. We're going to pull it, and we're going to go, and we're just going to keep going around, okay? Keep going around, because what we're doing is we're just making this go under there so we can pull it all the way around the circle and pull it tighter, okay? So we go right in there. Ain't gotta be perfect. You ain't gotta do it exactly like me. Just the process of it should get you there. Alright. See this? That's where we started. So we can go one more right there. Okay? Now watch this. You take that and pull. Boom. No hole. None. You see anything? I don't see anything. All right. Now to make it stay that way, we got to go the opposite way that we just did. So this is how you lock it. All right. Let me twist the end here. I'm going to put my little needle, slip it through there, okay? I always leave a little bit of a tail on there for myself because, yeah, I don't know. I like to make sure that they're in there good, okay? So you see that this is coming this way, all right? Now we need to go back that way so it helps to lock it in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a little bit before where it's coming out, and I'm going to go, you don't got to go very far, just go a little bit and pull that through. Okay? And then we're going to go right back over where we just came and through again. Okay? Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Ain't got to be perfect. And that should be good enough. Alright? Now, you can just cut that. Okay, see? Hardly noticeable. And then we see how pretty. We did good. Look at us. Getting good. Alright, so you ain't got to worry about that center now. I mean, you could have waited till the end, but I thought it was a good opportunity to teach you how to darn it off and tighten it and lock it. We got to lock it down. Alright, so the next one, what did we say? For the chain 3s, we got to do the stack double crochet, right? So we are going up. So since we ended up back here at the chain 3, there's my slip knot. See that little bitty dot? That's a slip knot. So now we're going to do our stack double crochet again, and we're going to start going around this way, okay? It's not that hard once you get the hang of it, honeys. You just got to keep trying. Don't give up on it, because I'm telling you, there's so many patterns out there that when you read these things, half of them don't always make sense. And I'll be honest with you, like I said, I've been crocheting for about 30 years, and I still have to go on sometimes and watch somebody do it, because the directions just made no freaking sense to me. All right? Now, it says to chain 3, but we're going to do our stack crochet. It's going to be easier to do it this time, okay? So I want to lock that. So we're going to chain 1, and we're going to pull it and lock it. See how? We just locked it. All right. Now we're going to go in where that chain stitch marker is, and we're going to go in and we're going to grab that yarn and pull it through like so. Then we're going to wrap and pull through both. And we're going to go in that front leg right there. Grab the yarn, pull through. Got 2, wrap, pull through. Well, look at there, I dropped that. That is our first double crochet, as far as they know. They said chain 3. I say I don't want to do a chain 3. All right. Next, it tells us to do a chain, double crochet, a chain, and double crochet. So, chain, double. Got it? So we're going to do chain, wrap. Oh, I guess I should look where they said to do it, huh? Yellow there. See, okay. You see how that is the double right there that we've got down here? All right. Hold on. This is the chain 3. This is the double, okay? So, see, it says chain 1 and double. And it's wanting us to double in the top, the double crochet in the top of this one, in the top of the second double crochet, okay? You get it? Yeah, you got it. So we're going to wrap, and we're going to go in the top. Remember how I told you the hair, it kind of looks like it goes to the right, that little chain. It looks like it's hair to that double crochet or something, and it just flowing in the wind. So we're going to wrap, and we're going to go in that one. All right? We're going to grab, pull through, wrap, point your needle down, pull through 2, wrap, point your needle down, and pull through 2. Just like that. See there? And we're doing good so far. Look at that. Then it says to do it again, except this time it says this double crochet is going to go in the chain space. Now, when they tell you to do it in the chain space, they usually mean not to actually do it in the single chain, but to wrap it around the chain. Okay, I'll show you what I'm meaning, all right? So we did our double crochet right there. Now we need to chain 1 and do a double crochet in the chain space. So we're going to chain 1, and we're going to wrap, go in the chain space, the whole space. Grab that yarn, pull it through, wrap, pull it through 2, wrap, and pull it through 2. Okay? now it tells us, let me go ahead and get my marker so I can kind of keep you up to date what we're doing. We've did this and we've did this, okay? We've done those. Now we got to do the chain 3 and a double crochet in that chain space. See how it's going into the chain space right there. So we got to bring that double crochet around that chain space. So we got to do a chain 3 and a double crochet. All right. I hope I'm not overwhelming you guys too much. So let's wrap 1, wrap 2, wrap, and 3. Now we're going to do our double. So we wrap, go in the chain space, grab that yarn, pull it through, wrap, pull through 1 and 2, wrap and pull through 2. See there? You want to see what let's see what we're getting. We're getting there. Look there. It's looking like something. All right. Next we've done the chain 3 and the double crochet. So next we do the chain 1 and double crochet into that double crochet. You see that? So it's the same thing. You just double crochet into the top of that one. So chain 1. So chain 1. And then we're going to go in the top of this one, the first one, okay? So the chain that belongs to that one is this little chain that, like I said, it kind of goes to the right. You see that? That one right there, it kind of goes to the right a little bit, all right? So we're going to go in there. We're going to wrap, and we're going to go in there, okay? And we're going to grab and pull through, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2, okay? See there? There's our corner. All right. Now we do a chain 1 and a double crochet into the next double crochet. So we chain 1 and then we go into that chain that's kind of to the right of it. All right. It's right there. See? Right there. Right through there. And then we grab, pull through. Oh, did I not wrap? I did not wrap. Wrap. Go through that chain right there. Grab and pull through. Wrap, pull through 2. Wrap and pull through 2. Okay. Now we're going to do. We've did those. So we are going to do the one in, we just went into the top of the double crochet that we did down here. Now we're going to chain 1, double crochet into this chain space. Then we're going to chain 3 and double crochet into the chain space again. So chain 1, double crochet into the chain space, and chain 3, double crochet into the chain space. Okay? So going to chain 1, I'm going to wrap, go through the chain space, grab, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2. Okay, this is where it says chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Now wrap, go into the chain space, grab the yarn, pull through, wrap, and pull through 2, and pull through 2. Okay, so far we're looking good, guys and gals. I think we're doing good. So we've went here and there, then around here and there. All right, so now we've got to do a chain 1 and go into this double crochet right there, then chain 1 again, go into that double crochet again, then chain 1. Okay, I won't get too far ahead. All right, so we are going to chain 1, wrap, and go into that chain that is kind of cocked to the right above that double crochet. Grab and pull through, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2. Okay, then we're going to do one more, chain 1, and then we're going to wrap and go to this chain right here. Grab that, pull through, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, and pull through 2. Okay, now we're going to do our chain 1s, chain 1, and we're going to do our corner, all right, inside that chain space. So we're going to wrap, go in, grab, pull up, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, and pull through 2. All right, now we're doing our corner for this one. All right, see how we did that one? We're doing our corner for this one. So we need to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and wrap, go into the chain space, pull up 1, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2. There we go. We're starting our corner. See that? Now, pretty much get the gist of the repeat, right? So down here, it's chain 1, double crochet into that double crochet, then chain 1, double crochet into that double crochet, and chain 1, go into the chain space and double crochet, and that's what we're going to do now. Okay, so we are going to see how that little chain right there. So we're going to chain 1, and we're going to wrap, and we're going to go into that chain right there, and we're going to pull through, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2. Okay, chain 1, wrap, go into that chain right there, pull up, wrap, go through 2, wrap, go through 2. Okay, then we're going to chain 1, wrap, go into the chain space, pull up and go through 2. All right, now we're doing our corner for this row. All right, so we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, wrap, go back into the chain space, go through 2, pull through 2, and then we see, okay, we're back at the beginning here. So we just did the chain 3, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the top, chain 1, double crochet into the top, chain 1, double crochet. We're doing our chain 3, double crochet. Now we need to make a chain 1 and a slip knot. Okay, so we chain 1 and pull our stitch marker, go inside right and hug that stitch marker. Grab that yarn, pull it through. Then we pull it through that first one, okay? That chain that was on your hook. Now, I'm going to pull. I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to pull to lock it down. Now it's locked. All right? See that? Ain't that pretty? We're doing good. Here, let me give you a dark background. Look at that. Nice. He's looking good. All right, let's get to it. We did that. I'm going to go ahead and erase all of that because we got a little messy there. All right, we're on row 3. So we just finished this. Now it's chain 3, which is our stackable double crochet we're going to do, okay? And then chain 1. All right. So we go back in where the stitch marker was, all right? Just go back in there, grab that yarn, pull it through, pull it up, wrap, pull through the 2, go into that second leg closest to your hand, wrap, pull through, wrap, and pull through those 2, and there is your standing stackable double crochet. We are going to put our stitch marker back there so we don't mess up. All right, then we chain 1, and remember we go into the tops of these. Okay, so look, this one, it's chain 1, then we go into the tops up here. We're on 3, chain 1, and we go into the top of that one. Okay, then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to go in the top of this one. All right, we got that. We're going to keep going into the tops until we ain't got no more tops. All right, so we chained 1, and we're going to wrap, and we're going to go into that chain that right there. It's all, kind of off to the right. We're going to go in that chain, pull through, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2. Okay, chain 1, wrap. We're going to go into that one. See there? Right there. Pull through, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, and pull through 2. Okay, we're going to go ahead and chain 1. Now this is the spot where we do the chain 3. We've already did this. Now we got to do this into the space. Okay, then we do our chain 3, double crochet into the space. All right. So see, you get the gist of the graph or the diagram. They're not that hard. They're really not. All right, wrap. Let's go into the chain space. Grab, pull through, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2. Okay, we got to make our corner. So every time we go into this chain space, we have to make our corner. Okay, so we chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. All right, wrap. Go into the chain space, grab, pull through, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, and pull through 2. And there's our corner. See there? It's going to be pretty. It's going to be pretty. Now, since we got double crochets that we can go in the top of, okay? So that is what we are going to do. We're going to go into the top of all these double crochets. So we are going to chain 1, wrap, go in the top of this double crochet, pull through 2, pull through 2, chain 1, wrap, go into the top of this double crochet, wrap, chain, go through 2 and 2, chain 1, wrap, go on top of this one, pull through 2 and pull through 2, chain 1. We got one more to go right here. Now listen, you're going to watch a lot of people crochet, and it makes it look like they are fast, like girls and guys. It makes it look like they are getting blankets done in 30 minutes. I mean, it's just ridiculous. They're making it ridiculous. But no, it's not normally that way. Okay, yes, you will get faster as you go, as you get to learning. You know, that's how it is with anything. If you build a bridge, you get faster. If you build them for 40, 50 years, you get faster. But it's with anything. More practice, the faster you get. But a blanket in 30 minutes ain't going to happen unless it's a baby blanket, and even then, it's a stretch. All right, so don't be worried about your time. Come on. Don't worry about it. It's all right. Chain 1. We're going to double crochet and go into that chain space. Pull through 2 and pull through 2. Now it's time for us to make our corner. So we're going to chain 3, 2, and 3. Wrap and go into that chain space again. Wrap, pull through 2, wrap, and pull through 2. Okay? There's our next corner right there. We're looking good. We're looking good. All right. Now we're back. We have gone pretty far because we went ahead and just went into all the tops of those double crochets. All right. So now we are right here. You see that? Okay, so now we're going back to the chain ones and double crocheting in the top of each one of those. All right, so we're going to chain one, wrap, go into this double crochet right there, wrap, pull through two, wrap, pull through two, chain one, wrap, go into the top of this one, pull through, wrap, pull through two, wrap, and pull through two, chain one, wrap, go into the top of this one, pull through, wrap, pull through two, wrap, and pull through two, chain one, wrap, go on the top of this double crochet, pull through, wrap, pull through two, wrap, and pull through two. All right, now we're going to go chain one, and it's time to go into our corner space. So we're going to wrap, go into that corner space, pull through, wrap, pull through two, wrap, and pull through two. Time to make our corner, okay? So we're going to chain three, 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to wrap, go into the chain space, pull up, pull through two, and pull through two. All right, then we're going to chain one, and it's time for us to do the chain ones going in top of each double crochet, okay? So we chained one, I'm going to wrap, and I'm going to go in the top of this double crochet right here, pull through two, and pull through two, then chain one, wrap, go into the top of this one, pull through, wrap, pull through two, wrap, pull through two, chain one. We're almost done with this row. Wrap, pull through two, and pull through two, chain one. We got one more. Go into the top of that double crochet, pull through two, and pull through two. We're going to chain one, and now we are all the way. We went from here all the way over here. Okay, so we're fixing to do this one, and then chain three, and do another one right in that chain space. I think you're getting the gist of this diagram. So we're going to chain one and wrap and go into the chain space. Grab the yarn, pull through two, grab the yarn, pull through two. It's time to make our corner. So we're going to chain three, 1, 2, and 3. Now wrap, go into the chain space again, pull through two, pull through two, okay? Then we're going to chain one, and just like before, we're going to keep going until we have covered all these. You know what? I think I was behind. We were way up here. Look at that. We're right here. So we need to chain one, double crochet. Let's see. We got to chain one, double crochet, and chain one, and then that little slip knot or slip stitch. Okay, so we did our chain one. We're going to wrap, and we're going to go in the top of that double crochet right there. Pull through two, pull through two, and then we're going to chain one, and it's time to slip stitch. So grab your chain marker, go in there right beside it, give it a good old hug, pull through, and turn that around and just put it right through there like that. That's how you make a slip knot, and you pull tight. And then we go and make a chain and knot it off. Look at that. It looks good, right? My hands ain't quite big enough. Look there. Yeah, I bet yours looks that good too. All right, now, do you get the understanding of this so far? You should. All right, so we just finished this. All right, we just slip stitched right there. So it all is going to make us do the chain one. It's going to go up. It makes us, we're going to have to do this double crochet, stacking single crochets right there. And then it's chain one and into the top of all these bars, we're going to do all those double crochets. We're going to do one on top of them, okay? Until we get to the chain space. Once we get there, we do our double crochet into the chain space, chain 3, double crochet into the chain space. And we chain 1 and we start going back into these doubles by chaining 1 double, chain 1 double, chain 1 double. Got it? Alright. Not hard to read, is it? Told you. Y'all smart. You smart cookies. I know you are. You got it. No problem. No problem. Alright. So we're going to do our stacking double crochet. So go in where your chain or your stitch marker is, grab the yarn, pull through, wrap, pull through 2, then go back in that leg that's closest to your hand, wrap, pull through, wrap, and pull through. Now let's take our stitch marker out. Just makes it so much easier with a stitch marker. I can do it after 30 years without one, but it's just so much easier. Why struggle when you don't have to? So we're going to chain 1, go on the top of that one, so wrap, go on the top of that double crochet, pull through 2, pull through 2, chain 1, wrap, go on the top of this one, pull through, go through 2, go through 2, chain 1, wrap, go on top of this one, pull through 2, chain 1, wrap. Now we're going into the corner space that is a double crochet, chain 3, and a double crochet inside that chain space, okay? So wrap, pull through 2, pull through 2. We're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, okay? Wrap, go through the chain space again, pull up, pull through 2, pull through 2, okay? We chain 1. We're going to start going back into the top of these double crochets, okay? You're just going to keep doing that. Pull through 2, 2, chain 1, wrap, top of that one, 2, 2, chain 1, wrap, top of that one. We're just building. We're building off of each single crochet that's there. We're just building it, just building off of that. So we just keep going. And look, if I'm too slow for you, you can pass me up. That's fine. If I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause me. That's the great thing about doing this. Watching YouTube videos like that about teaching people things like this, you can pause it, and because I know back in the day, the teacher was trying to teach me math on chalkboard. If she went too fast, I couldn't catch up, and you can't pause her. But thank goodness we can on YouTube on these videos. All right, we're going into the corner space, so that is a chain 1 and then double crochet into that corner space, and then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, wrap, and go back into that chain space, pull up, pull through 2, pull through 2, okay? Now we're going to chain 1 and go in the top of all of these double crochets, okay, till we get to the next corner. Wrap, top of the double crochet there, pull through, chain 1, wrap, go in the top of that one, go through 2, 2, chain, wrap, top of that one, double crochet, and chain 1, wrap, go into the next one, through 2, chain 1, wrap, go through top of that one, excuse me, pull through 2, chain 1, wrap, go through this one, pull through 2, chain 1. I keep hitting that camera, I'm sorry. It's difficult trying to make sure you guys can see these chains and stuff, and I keep hitting this bar right here. Drives me insane. I'll get it fixed one day. So we're going to go into the chain space here. We've already done a chain 1. We're going to make our corner. So we're going to go through, pull through 2, 2, then chain 3, 2 and 3. All right. Then we're going to wrap, go back into the chain space, pull through 2, pull through 2, chain 1, wrap, go into the top of this double crochet. Remember, it'll be the chain that's kind of going to the right. Wrap and pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2 and chain 1. Go into the next one, wrap and go in, pull through 2, wrap through, pull through 2 and chain 1. Double crochet in the next one, and then chain 1, double crochet into that one, and chain 1. Next one, and chain 1, double crochet into that one, last one, and chain 1. Now we got to do the corner, so we're going to double crochet into the chain space and chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to wrap, go back into the chain space, pull through 2, all right, chain 1, and then we got 2 bars here we got to go through, two double crochets we got to go into. So wrap, go into the first one, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2, chain 1, wrap, go into the next double crochet, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2, and chain 1. Now it's time for the single crochet. We go into that chain stitch marker spot, okay? We hold that and we turn our needle and pull through like so, and we pull that tight. See there? And we chain 1, pull tight. Look there. Isn't that pretty? That's just pretty. Hold on, let me see. She getting pretty. Look at that. Like, ow. See? Ain't that pretty? You guys ought to show me a picture of yours. That's pretty. Alright, so we have done row 3. I believe you can handle doing row 4 and 5 by yourself. So we got, well, actually, that was 4. So I believe you can do 5 by yourself. So I'm going to say, come back. I'm going to come back, all right? We're going to go, I'm going to let you do your stackables. And then all of this all the way around. And then come back. I'll come back and check on you. Don't forget your stitch, your chain. My goodness, don't forget your stitch marker. Don't forget that. All right, we are back to the beginning. We're going to go through that chain marker. I'll tell you what, people, I think my tongue is drunk today for some reason, can't speak. We're going to pull through, pull, chain 1, and pull tight. All right, that is the last of, let me get that out of my mouth. That is the last of this, okay? We did all of this all the way around. Okay, and we ended up right there. Okay? Now, those are single crochets. They're all single crochets. And you need to pay attention to where they go. So, what it's showing is there's a single crochet in that chain space. Then at the top of the double crochet, in the chain space, double crochet, so on, so on, so on, so on. And it keeps going. Now, over here in the right where the chain 3s are, okay? That one goes in the top of that, so you don't count it. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets. 5. bad handwriting. It's hard to do it when I'm looking through a camera. Anyways, 5 single crochets are going to go in that chain space, okay? And then it's back to 1 in the double crochet, 1 in chain double crochet, and so on and so on. So that is what we are going to do right now. We are going to do our finishing touches. All right, so go in where the stitch marker is, grab, pull through. That is our first single crochet. Okay, I'm going to take my chain marker out and I'm going to mark it. That way when I come back I won't be confused. So that's the first double crochet that I did a single crochet in. Now we got to do 1 in between and 1 at the top. And remember, the chain that you go into is the one that's kind of cocked to the right of that, okay? So we go in there, single crochet, chain space, single crochet, right there, single crochet, chain space, and so on. And you just keep doing that until you get to the corner, okay? Well. All right, now we're at the chain space. So we've done all of that. Now we do the 5 single crochets in here. And the thing to keep an eye on is, remember the chain that's to the right of this, the double crochet is the chain we got to go into. So when we get all these single crochets in there, we may have to pull them over out of the way just to be able to get into that chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now I'm going to pull it just a little bit and see, that way I can get to my chain right there. I'm getting out of camera frame. I'm sorry about that, guys. Let me see if I can. I am struggling with this thing on a daily. Alright, you gotta go in there, right there. Alright, and then we go in between, and we go right there, and just keep repeating this until you make it all the way to the beginning, and I'll be right there waiting on you. Alright, I went into the last double crochet before the end, so that was my single crochet in that last one there, and then I single crochet into this spot right here in between them. Then we go right into where that slip stitch is, grab our yarn, pull through, and slip through that one and pull tight. Now since that is the last one, you don't have to do the chain 1 and lock it down, because if you wanted to, you could cut this thread and just pull it straight through. Okay, just pull it through and that will end it. Okay, and then you can darn it in if you want to. If you want me to, I can show you again. I think that looks really good, guys. I think we did good. I bet yours is pretty too. I'd like to see them. Anyways, let me show you how I do it, okay? Not everybody does it the same, and you know what? You may do it the way I do at the beginning, and later you may not. We all get our own groove, all right? Ain't no wrong way about it. Okay, so I just cut it about like that. So we got enough to work with. And I don't care about the whole invisible stitch, invisible join. I'm not into that, because once I attach this to another granny, you're not really going to notice it anyways. Okay? So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to take it to the back, because I would rather, if there's any odd looking things, once we darn this in, it be in the back. Because remember, where all the pretty crochets show, that's the front side, okay? That's where the front is. When it shows the humps, that's in the back. All right, so I'm gonna go through. See right there's that one crochet. I'm gonna take my needle and I'm gonna go under it and through. Okay, that way I can tie this in through the back. Okay, now you don't want to darn in close to the actual holes of where you would actually go into when you connect it to another one. So what you want to do is kind of bend it down, and at the top of that double crochet there's going to be little loops going along the line there. My hands are dry. See those little loops down here? That's what we want to go in. We don't want to mess none of these up, okay? Because it really does matter when you start to join these granny squares together. You need to make sure that you got the exact count on each granny squares. That way you're not attaching them all awkwardly and wonky. All right, so we're gonna go right into the bottom loop there. Let's see if I can get my hand. Ooh, I'm gonna fight this stand. I tell you what. Okay, we're gonna go right down here. See that? We're gonna go through there just a little bit, and we're gonna pull through. I don't know about you. A friend of mine, he's a happy fella, gave me a pair of hemostats at one point in time. I bet you're thinking, why are you bringing up hemostats? Well, sometimes when you go to pull these through, it's hard and your fingers can't exactly pull it hard enough. But if you get you a little pair of hemostats, you can lock it on that needle and pull it through. All right, so where it came out at, I'm going to go about a stitch or so behind it and then go back again through a couple more, okay? All right, same way again. Just where it comes out at, go behind it a little bit and go through, okay? And then you have it locked. It's not going anywhere because it can't go back. Yeah, it just can't. When you go back through, it's going to have to do all kinds of weird stuff just to get untangled there. So you do that about 3 or 4 times, and then I call it good, and just cut it, and it's done. Always try not to pull tight either, because if you pull too tight, it's going to bunch them. But see, it's barely noticeable. And like I said, as soon as I go into that chain and that chain to connect it to another granny, it's not going to be that noticeable at all. But I think we did good, guys. And look, you should be proud of yourself. That is your first graph. I'm sorry, your first diagram. And I think you did really excellent. I'm sure of it. So, that was our first one. That was our first one. I'm proud of y'all. All right. I hope you have a blessed day. See you later.